Ever found yourself juggling different financial goals? Maybe you're saving for a down payment on a house, investing for retirement, and also trying to build a separate emergency fund. It can feel like you need multiple buckets to keep everything organized, right? Well, if you're an M1 Finance user, or considering becoming one, a question that might have popped into your head is, can I actually have multiple M1 Finance accounts to manage these different aspects of my financial life? That's exactly what we're diving into today. Forget the long, drawn-out introductions. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter because your time is valuable, and understanding how to best utilize your investment platform is crucial for reaching those financial milestones. Now, before we give you a definitive yes or no, let's first take a step back and understand why someone might even want multiple M1 Finance accounts. The beauty of M1 Finance lies in its unique pie-based investing approach. You create these personalized portfolios, or pies, made up of different stocks and ETFs, and M1 automatically handles the buying and selling to keep your portfolio aligned with your target allocations. Think about it. Let's say you're a young professional with a few different financial priorities. You might have one pie aggressively focused on growth stocks for your long-term retirement. Then, you might want another, more conservative pie with a mix of bonds and dividend-paying stocks for a more stable, income-generating portfolio. Perhaps you're even dabbling in some thematic investing, like clean energy or technology, and want a dedicated pie for that. Furthermore, consider someone managing finances for different life stages or specific goals. Maybe you're saving for your child's education in one portfolio, while simultaneously building a down payment fund for a future property in another. Separating these goals not only helps with mental organization but can also allow for tailored investment strategies and risk tolerances for each specific objective. The ability to compartmentalize your finances in this way offers several potential advantages. Firstly, it provides clearer visibility into the performance of each individual goal. You can easily track how your retirement portfolio is doing versus your down payment fund, without the numbers getting muddled together. Secondly, it allows for more targeted risk management. You might be comfortable taking on higher risk for your long-term retirement but prefer a more cautious approach for your near-term savings goals. Having separate accounts allows you to implement these distinct strategies effectively. Finally, it can simplify tax management in certain situations, although this is something we'll touch upon with a bit more nuance later. So, with all these compelling reasons to potentially have multiple M1 Finance accounts, what's the actual answer? Can you open more than one? Slight pause, perhaps with a screen graphic appearing with the central question. The answer, in short, is yes, you can have multiple M1 Finance accounts. However, like with most things in the financial world, there are some important details and nuances to understand. It's not as simple as just opening unlimited accounts. M1 Finance has specific guidelines and limitations that you need to be aware of. Generally, M1 Finance allows individuals to open multiple taxable investment accounts. This means you can have several individual brokerage accounts under your name. This is fantastic news for those looking to segregate their finances for the reasons we discussed earlier. You can create distinct pies and strategies within each of these taxable accounts, effectively creating dedicated buckets for your various financial goals. For example, you could have one taxable account named Retirement Growth, another labeled Down Payment Fund, and a third called Aggressive Growth Portfolio. Each of these accounts would function independently, allowing you to tailor the investment mix and track the progress of each specific goal separately. However, the landscape becomes a little different when we talk about retirement accounts. Currently, M1 Finance typically allows you to have one of each type of retirement account. This means you can generally have one traditional IRA, one Roth IRA, and potentially one SEP IRA or simple IRA if you are self-employed or a small business owner. The restrictions here are often tied to IRS regulations regarding these types of accounts, rather than solely M1 Finance's internal policies. It's crucial to understand the distinction between taxable brokerage accounts and tax-advantaged retirement accounts. Taxable accounts offer flexibility in terms of contributions and withdrawals but do not provide the same tax benefits as retirement accounts. Retirement accounts, on the other hand, come with specific contribution limits and withdrawal rules set by the IRS, and these limitations often extend to how many of each type you can hold across different financial institutions, not just within M1 Finance. So, to reiterate, if your primary goal for wanting multiple accounts is to separate different investment strategies or savings goals within a taxable environment, M1 Finance generally accommodates this. You can open multiple individual brokerage accounts. However, when it comes to retirement accounts like IRAs, you are typically limited to one of each type. Now, let's delve a little deeper into the practicalities and potential considerations of having multiple M1 Finance accounts. Opening additional accounts. The process of opening an additional taxable account with M1 Finance is generally straightforward for existing users. Typically, you can initiate the process through your M1 Finance dashboard or app. You'll likely need to provide some basic information and agree to the terms and conditions, but since you're already a verified user, the process is usually quicker than opening your initial account. Managing multiple accounts. While having multiple accounts offers organizational benefits, it also means you'll have to manage them individually. This includes monitoring the performance of each pie, potentially adjusting your allocations within each account, and keeping track of your overall financial picture across all accounts. The M1 Finance platform provides a centralized view of all your accounts, which can help streamline this process. However, it's still something to be mindful of. Minimum balances. It's worth noting that M1 Finance has minimum balance requirements for investment accounts. While the initial funding minimum might be relatively low, ensure that you can meet these requirements for each additional account you intend to open. Failing to maintain the minimum balance could potentially lead to account restrictions or closures. Always check M1 Finance's current fee schedule and minimum balance requirements on their official website for the most up-to-date information. Fees. M1 Finance is known for its commission-free trading structure. Generally, you won't incur per trade fees regardless of how many accounts you have. However, be aware of other potential fees, such as those for certain types of transfers, account closures, or paper statements. These fees would typically apply per account. Again, reviewing M1 Finance's fee schedule is essential. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.